Hey guys, welcome to TKK Collector. My name is Ryan. I own the Pokechalet with my son Kai, and you've watched our videos probably before because normally it's just subs who get a chance to see our videos. I wanted to quickly talk about Prismatic Evolutions, like everyone else on the YouTube sphere. So Prismatic Evolutions was a crazy release, and what happened with our store is we looked back at our customer list. We basically did the old, who are our customers? Who are the people that buy from us? We looked back 90 days. We even looked back a little bit further because I have a little story about our Prismatic Evolutions release. So we looked at our customer list and we looked at, who has been buying for us for a long time, who has been buying, higher quantities, who's been buying things. And we took this list. And once I got my allocation numbers from distribution, I started emailing people and I said, I have this, do you want to buy it? And I didn't take money or anything like that. I didn't send out the invoice. But I made this list and I went through it and I talked to people. But everyone I contacted, let's say 28 out of the 30 people I contacted on my list as repeat buyers in the last 90 days, 28 people wanted the Prismatic Evolutions, and they were very happy to hear from me. Some were local people who frequent us a lot. Some were people who just happened to order a bunch of booster boxes in the last 90 days with us from Ontario. They found us and ordered a bunch of booster boxes, and their name came up because money, right? So I reached out to them, got them a Prismatic ETB at less than MSRP. And that's one of the things that we did. And I know not many stores did it, and we're privileged and able to do that because we don't have a brick and mortar store. We don't have to fend off, let's call it, the craziness that you're seeing online, people fighting each other for product, lineups, nothing like that. Because such a limited supply, we released the product very structured, not very fair, but very balanced, I guess. Fair in that new customers couldn't get it. These guys who just entered the market, don't know anything about the local industry. They weren't on the list, so they didn't get Prismatic from us. There's people who, have been buying from me for years. They didn't even buy anything in the last 90 days, but I still reached out to them. I said, hey, I got an ETB. There's ETB for you. That's how we did it. Now, that's great. But what happened is when Distro called me the day they were going to ship our allocation, business is booming in the Pokemon industry, and we've been selling, luckily our reputation is getting higher and higher, and we've been selling a lot of loose packs. And the reason why that's good, why are you selling loose packs? Why don't you sell the boxes? The reason that's good is because it's a mentality thing. A lot of the people in the industry, people who want to rip packs, they're afraid of reseals. They're afraid people are going to look at code cards. They're afraid of weighted, modern, and it's a natural fear. A lot of people still talk about that thing where people are weighing and selling the non-hits, and it's better to always buy sealed product, which I will say, yes, there should be a premium on sealed product. But I think what's happened for us in the last 6 to 12 months is things started happening where we were able to sell loose packs. And it would be people who would come to the store, let's call it, come talk to me and say, hey, you got 36 or 72 packs of Obsidian Flames. And I was like, yeah, sure. They got the packs. They enjoyed the really random hit rates of loose packs from collection boxes, from tins. And what happened is we started to sell a lot of packs. Oh, big surprise, Pokemon booming and you're selling a lot of packs. So what happened is we realized that we were going through packs. You'll probably see the packs up there. As we're going through all these packs, we're running out. We sold all our booster boxes, all our ATPs are gone. It came time for us to restock. So what we did is we looked at what distro had, and we ordered what we could, which was tons of, and we kind of, when everybody was ordering booster boxes of Surging Sparks from distro, we were too, ETBs. But we also saw this, like the week after Surging came out, we saw that there's another product, the Ogre Palm, the the Ursaluna boxes. And this is just a sample, and we're still going through. We decided we're going to buy a lot of Ogre Palms. And by a lot, I mean more than we've ever bought before of collection boxes. And upon buying those collection boxes, when we got them here, we were easily able to sell every single pack, all the Twilight Masquerade, all the Surging Sparks, everything in it. And that was great. Kai's been helping like a lot for a 12-year-old. I mean, you don't see him on video as much now, but he's been helping a lot in looking at sleeving packages, breaking down boxes, breaking down tins, getting me through like a lot of this just busy work stuff that he can do if he's hanging out. So we got through all this and we ripped and we sold, and that's great. And then right before distro clued in that the Ogre Palm box and the the Ursaluna box had Surging Sparks was going to the moon, we ordered a ton more, and we got a big ton of it. And what happened is we did this big snowball very quickly of Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade, and loose packs, and sell them quickly. And we got our numbers up with distribution. And what's that mean? Well, it means we've been with distribution a long, long time, but we're small potato. And because of the boom, and I will not deny it, because of the boom, we had this opportunity present itself, and we grew quickly. Now, so Prismatic Evolutions allocation, morning that distro is going to ship it out, they call me and they look at my history and they see that I've not just been buying a lot of collection boxes, all the old stuff. Interesting stuff's been happening is that the player base has increased. I was going to do a video about this, but the player base, because of TCG Pocket, has gone up. And a lot of those new players, they wanted decks. And you know what they've been buying? League battle decks, regular battle decks, and we're an online store that sells them. Once we ship them, there's no money in it, but to move these decks as an online store is a big deal. And I think one of the things that happened is we put a bunch of free product in a random deck order. Someone ordered a League battle deck and they paid for shipping. I'm like, okay, I'm going to stuff it full of, sleeves that I got from ETBs, dice, all of the stuff that we're getting from these broken down packages in ETBs and all that stuff. And I stuffed a box and sent it away. I'm going to help out a player. Threw him some, these blocks of cool things that come with product that gets broken down for packs. Sent him a lot. And what happened is, a few days after the guy received it, a whole bunch of people from that same area, let's call it, I won't call it Edmonton, it was another area up in Alberta, a whole bunch of people did the same thing. They ordered a bunch of League battle decks. I think it was a play group. So when you have 10 or 11 people ordering a bunch of decks from you, that the decks don't ever sell, it was like, what's going on here? And I was getting order for other things, battle academies are a great little gift for little guys, but they were selling online, I was shipping them. So I reordered this stuff from distro. I restocked on a bunch of battle decks, a bunch of League battle decks, the Palkia, the V-Star, Miraidons, restocked, right? I was just trying to get more Charizard, but I knew when the Charizard deck was coming, like a bunch of Charizard. So I had all of this deck traffic and I was ordering more from distro. So back Prismatic, they called me and said, you know what? We're going to allocate you more than what we originally stated. So this helped us a lot. They sent us more Prismatic Evolutions than we originally were allocated. And I don't know if this is happening anywhere. It's probably happening elsewhere, but I'm quite sure now that we got the biggest allocation of Prismatic in the area. like more than brick and mortar stores, which it's a cool little tidbit. And that's how we were able to be okay selling Prismatic Evolutions at less than MSRP. And this is not because we didn't know the price or the market. It's because when Kai and I started the Pokechalet, we were disgusted that we were paying. It's horrible. You enter a market because you don't like paying market. We didn't want to pay super high over MSRP for new sets, like for things that were just coming out. I've told this story a bunch of times on YouTube, and I'm sure the subscribers we had back then don't even watch us anymore, but we were going into a sports card store and they had Shining Fates packs, and Kai really wanted a Shining Fates pack, and they wanted $16 plus tax back then for a single Shining Fates pack. So that's a lot of money for a single pack. And back then it was a new set, but I mean, it was devastating that I had to say no. I mean, we've spent more than $16 on a pack here and there, but Shining Fates was at the time was like as modern as Prismatic. And we said to ourselves, well, this is unfair. And that's why we went ahead and decided we're going to sell Prismatic for under MSRP for our customers. And it, you know, it helps to everybody in the communities gets, oh, these guys are good. They didn't sell at market. We got that extra allocation, which was cool. And what happened is we went through our list. We actually, for some of our bigger customers, we added some product to their order, and they were happy. One person really wanted a case. We were able to get them a case. It helped a lot. And what happened is I started to go down my list. You know, when someone would show up on my list, someone would show up with like $1,000 in trade-in, right? That's a lot of business for me. The trade-in is excellent. It's the best thing for any store. They could be bringing a big trade-in, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can get you an ETB, right? So when Prismatic went really good for us, all the product is gone. I mean, there's Prismatic sitting there, but you know, someone just hasn't picked it up yet. They did a big trade-in. They're too busy to pick up the Prismatic ETB. Everybody's saying, you know, I'm giving people one, and everybody's saying, oh, can you give me two? And unfortunately, the numbers aren't there for giving people two. So I'm giving one. Helping people, it's horrible, right? Helping people out by selling them something. But getting them the product so that they don't have to pay market right away. Market's coming. I'm sure next week Distro might call and it'll be restock time. And Distro will not restock at allocation price. They'll restock at something very close to market. And market in Canada, I think, is some ridiculous, like $150 in ETB. So they're going to call and say, well, you can get a case of ETBs for $1,450. And I won't buy it just because then you'd have to pay, you'd have to charge like $20 a pack for it to be worth it. And that's not what we want to bother doing. There's going to be more product. There's going to be more Prismatic. There's going to be more allocation, and we're going to keep buying the stuff that people want, which is people want packs. They don't want collection boxes. So we'll have to buy the collection boxes and, you know, try to make slight margins on the packs that come from those. They're not as cheap as booster box packs, but that's what we're doing, and we're keeping the cycle going. We're doing well. Pokechalet has been successful, but I don't think it's possible for you to have a store that's not feeling the boom, seeing the extra interest, making more contacts. It's been really cool, meeting a lot of people. There's a lot of new people, like not just new to the store, but there's definitely a lot of people who are new to the hobby. I should charge. I know some YouTubers charge, but I've had some conversations, some 20 to 30 minute conversations where I've talked to someone who is getting into it, And, you have to give them the lessons, don't rip, don't chase, don't, keep stuff sealed for later, like spread it out. Even like said, you don't have to become a YouTuber, but if you guys set it up right, you had a play mat, you get your sleeves, you make a deal out of every single pack. You can make a bunch of packs last a lot longer than just, like I'm not the fan man that's required for rip and shipping, but if you want to make packs last, you want to open them yourselves. There's things people can do. So I've been giving people my insight on how to make the Pokemon Jobby opening experience enjoyable, but also the collecting experience. And we are a huge singles store in the east coast of Canada. At least it feels huge. It feels huge. We do fair number of orders. I don't know what a fair number even is of orders. I know that we're constantly getting trade-ins. I think I have a giant trade-in that I need to process. I have, just tons and tons of promo cards from our collection box breakdown process that have to go online. I have to make them available as singles. I really like promo cards. I'm here looking at them and I'm like, it's cool, it's neat. SVPEN 121, the Snorlax promo, the Quagsire, the Fuecoco, it's all cool. It's a lot of promos, a lot of action in terms of promos, and also, you guys know our store. It's kind of unique in that it gives you images of the card, not the stock images. So it's kind of nice to actually see the cards. You're not going to see the exact card that you might get, but we try to do near mint like any normal store. But yeah, the Pokemon industry, the Pokemon is booming. Given the same recommendations, don't FOMO, don't overpay. Prismatic is not that important. The hit rate is nasty. Anybody charging over 100 Canadian for an ETB, you're screwing your customers because it's not a $100 product right now. Yes, the singles are stupid expensive because of short supply, but a lot of people spending that $100, they're not going to get that value. A lot of people who are spending that $100, in hopefully when Pokemon prints this much stronger, that price is going to come down. You're going to see hopefully back down to $60 ETBs Canadian. I'm talking US, $60 in ETB, and then you could have fun chasing Umbreon or Sylveon, or I really like the Vaporeon card. Shame on me. I really like the Vaporeon card. The stained glass look is cool on Vaporeon. And obviously I want a Palafin. I think I've sent a Japanese Palafin out away for grading, and I might keep it because I think the Palafin art is really impressive. But I don't know where it is. Like, no one's hitting anything in Prismatic Evolutions. It is Evolving Skies 2.0. They killed the hit rate in it. It's crazy. And they're going to be printing a lot of it. And I know the price is going to come down. But I strongly feel the price is not going to stay down. So this is your warning, right? At some point, when they switch the printers off on this is going to be a classic set. It's going to be such a hard hit rate that people are going to love it because people love getting destroyed. Degens, they love it, and you're going to see that, right? You're gonna see that people just love ripping something and just get destroyed on an ETB. Or you get lucky. You hit one of the Evolution SIRs. You're going to love it. So Prismatic is going to be probably the biggest set of Scarlet and Violet. I don't think Team Rocket, I don't think Journey Together is going to eclipse it. It's Evolving Skies 2.0. Not just the Eevee side of it, but the hit rate. It's brutal. We've been able to get people some Prismatic, and it's been good because it helps us, right? Hopefully it'll strengthen the bonds we have with the customers that we're able to do a deal with and get them some decently priced Prismatic. And the store did great. We able to sell all of our inventory. We're back to selling like Scarlet and Violet loose packs, but that's okay. People still want to open Scarlet and Violet, even though Prismatic is the current hot stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, the update on Prismatic. Wait, things are going to be changing. More product will arrive, and I'm so sorry you didn't get any, because everybody wants to participate with the newest set. I'd like to open some, but I'd rather get to someone who has trouble getting product than us, which, you know, we are a store, so it lands on our doorstep. Hope you guys like the video. Subscribe for more information about Kai and I's journey to create a really cool Pokemon store. Thanks, guys.